Hello, it is July 5th. I hope everybody had a great 4th of July. Nope, I haven't brushed my hair this morning. Don't care. So we are in 1 Chronicles 1:1 through 2:17. The descendants of Adam were Seth, Enosh, Kenan, Mahalalel, Jared, Enoch, Methuselah, Lamech, and Noah. The sons of Noah were Shem, Ham, and Japheth. The descendants of Japheth were Gomer, Magog, Madai, Javan, Tubal, Meshech, and Tyrus. The descendants of Gomer were Ashkenaz, Riphath, and Togarmah. The descendants of Javan were Elisha, Tarshish, Kittim, and Rodanim. These names. Oh. The descendants of Ham were Cush, Mizraim, Put, and Canaan. The descendants of Cush were Seba, Havilah, Sabta, Raamah, and Sabtika. The descendants of Raamah were Sheba and Dedan. Cush was also the ancestor of Nimrod, who was the first heroic warrior on earth. So it's interesting, if he was the first heroic warrior, why is that name synonymous with a numbskull, adult? That's interesting, isn't it? How words change like that. Mizraim was the ancestor of the Ludites, Anamites, Leobites, Naphtuites, Pathrusites, Casluhites, and the Caphtorites. Say that 3 times fast. Can't hardly say it once. From whom the Philistines came. Oh. Canaan's oldest son was Sidon, the ancestor of the Sidonians. Makes sense. Canaan was also the ancestor of the Hittites, Jebusites, Amorites, Girgashites, Hivites, Arkites, Sinites, Arvadites, Zemarites, and Hamathites. The descendants of Shem were Elam, Ashur, Arphaxad, Lud, and Aram. The descendants of Aram were Uz, Hul, Gether, and Mash. Mash? Mash? What is that? Verse 17. Mash. Mash. Or Meshach. Okay. The Hebrew reads and Meshach. Okay, so it's like Mash or Meshach. Interesting. Arphaxad was the father of Shelah. Shelah was the father of Eber. Eber had 2 sons. The first was named Peleg, which means division, for during his lifetime the people of the world were divided into different language groups. His brother's name was Joktan. Joktan was the ancestor of Almodad, Shelah, Hazarmaveth, Jira, Hadoram, Uzal, Dikla, Obal, Abimael, Sheba, Ophir, Havilah, and Jobab. All these were descendants of Joktan. I don't know why I said it that way. It just comes out. So this is the family line descended from Shem, Arphaxad, Shelah, Eber, Peleg, Ru, Sirug, Nahor, Terah, and Abram, later known as Abraham. The sons of Abraham were Isaac and Ishmael. These are their genealogical records. The sons of Ishmael were Nebaioth, the oldest, Kedar, Adbeel, Mibsam, Mishma, Duma, Massa, Hadad, Tema, Jetur, Naphish, and Kedemah. These were the sons of Ishmael. The sons of Keturah, Abraham's concubine, were Zimram, Jokshan, Jokshan, Medan, Midian, Ishbak, and Shua. The sons of Jokshan were Sheba and Dedan. The sons of Midian were Ephah, Epher, Hanok, Abida, and Eldaah. All these were descendants of Abraham through his concubine Keturah. Abraham was the father of Isaac, the son of Isaac. The sons of Isaac were Esau and Israel, or Jacob. The sons of Esau were Eliphaz, Reuel, Jeush, Jalam, and Korah. The descendants of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, Gatam, Kenaz, and Amalek, who was born to Timnah. The descendants of Reuel were Nahath, Zerah, Shammah, and Mizah. The descendants of Seir were Lotan, Shobal, Zibeon, Anah, Dishon, Ezer, and Dishan. The descendants of Lotan were Hori and Hemam. Lotan's sister was named Timnah. The descendants of Shobal were Alvin? Wait, that's got to start too, and this is number 40. 40 as in Greek manuscripts, also, but most Hebrew manuscripts read Alian, which actually could be alien, except it's Alian. Huh. So, alright. Oh, my hair. Oh, did I get it? It was fuzz. I got it. Where did I leave off? Holy crud. Oh, this is giving me a headache. Okay, Alvin. Okay, the descendants of Shobal were Alvin or Alian, Manahath, Ebal, Shepho, and Onam. The descendants of Zibeon were Aya and Anah. The son of Anah was Dishon. The descendants of Dishon were Hemdan, Eshban, Ithran, and Kiran. The descendants of Ezer were Bilhan, Zeavan, and Achan. The descendants of Dishan were Uz and Aaron. It's like Dishan. I don't know. These are the kings who ruled in the land of Edom before any king ruled over the Israelites. Bela, son of Beor, who ruled from his city of Dinhabah. When Bela died, Jobab, son of Zerah from Bozrah, became king in his place. When Jobab died, Husham from the land of the Temanites became king in his place. And when Husham died, Hadad, son of Bedad, became king in his place and ruled from the city of Avith. He was the one who destroyed the Midianite army in the land of Moab. When Hadad died, Samlah from the city of Masrekah became king in his place. When Samlah died, Shaul from the city of Rehoboth on the river became king in his place. When Shaul died, Baal-Hanan, son of Akbor, became king in his place. When Baal-Hanan died, Hadad became king in his place and ruled from the city of Pau. P-A-U, Pau. His wife was Mehetabel, the daughter of Matred and granddaughter of Mezahab. Then Hadad died. The clan leaders of Edom were Timnah, Alva, Jetheth, Oholibamah, Elah, Pinon, Kenaz, Teman, Mibzar, Magdiel, and Iram. These are the clan leaders of Edom. Oh, thank goodness this one's almost over. This is like torture. The sons of Israel were Reuben, Simeon, Levi, Judah, Issachar, Zebulun, Dan, Joseph, Benjamin, Naphtali, Gad, and Asher. Israel knew how to name his kids. Those are names you can actually pronounce. Judah had 3 sons from Bathshua, a Canaanite woman. Their names were Onan, Shelah. But the Lord saw that the oldest son, was a wicked man, so he killed him. Later, Judah had twin sons from Tamar, his widowed daughter-in-law. Oh, that's right. Remember, she tricked him into sleeping with her. Their names were Perez and Zerah, so Judah had 5 sons in all. The sons of Perez was Hezron and Hamuel. The sons of Zerah were Zimri, Ethan, Heman, Calco, and Darda, 5 in all. The son of Carmi, a descendant of Zimri, was Achan, who brought disaster on Israel by taking plunder that had been set apart for the Lord. The son of Ethan was Azariah. The sons of Hezron were Jeremiel, Ram, and Caleb. Ram was the father of Aminadab. Aminadab was the father of Nahshon, a leader of Judah. Nahshon was the father of Salmon. Salmon was the father of Boaz. Boaz was the father of Obed. Obed was the father of Jesse. Jesse's first son was Eliab, his second was Abinadab, his third was Shimeah, his fourth was Nathaniel. His fifth was Radai, because there's no I in there, so it's not Nathaniel, unless they do something weird with their ends. I don't know. Anyway, his fifth was Radai, his sixth was Ozam, and his seventh was David. Their sisters were named Zeruiah and Abigail. Zeruiah had 3 sons named Abishai, Joab, and Asahel. Abigail married a man named Jether, an Ishmaelite, and they had a son named Amasa. Okay, so we know that Boaz, their son Obed, remember the mother was Rachel? No. Rachel? No. Oh my gosh, Ruth. Her name was Ruth. Remember, she was a Moabite. And that's the lineage of Jesus. So he's, that kind of encompasses everybody. I mean, for us now, it kind of is like a foretelling that everybody could be saved through Jesus. I'm just saying. Acts 23:11-35. That night the Lord appeared to Paul and said, "Be encouraged, Paul. Just as you have been a witness to me here in Jerusalem, you must preach the good news in Rome as well." The next morning a group of Jews got together and bound themselves with an oath not to eat or drink until they had killed Paul. Hope they're ready to starve. There were more than 40 of them in the conspiracy. They went to the leading priests and elders and told them, "We have bound ourselves with an oath to eat nothing until we have killed Paul. So you and the high council should ask the commander to bring Paul back to the council again. Pretend you want to examine his case more fully. We will kill him on the way." But Paul's nephew, his sister's son, heard of their plan and went to the fortress and told Paul. At least this time they're telling us how, and not just, oh, they heard it through the grapevine. Paul called for one of the Roman officers and said, "Take this young man to the commander. He has something important to tell him." So the officer did, explaining, "Paul, the prisoner, called me over and asked me to bring this young man to you because he has something to tell you." The commander took his hand, led him aside, and asked, "What is it you want to tell me?" Paul's nephew told him, "Some Jews are going to ask you to bring Paul before the high council tomorrow, pretending they want to get some information, but don't do it. There are more than 40 men hiding along the way ready to ambush him. They have vowed not to eat or drink anything until they have killed him. They are ready now, just waiting for your consent." "Don't let anyone know you told me this," the commander warned the young man. Then the commander called 2 of his officers in order to get 200 soldiers ready to leave for Caesarea at 9 o'clock tonight. Also take 200 spearmen and 70 mounted troops. Provide horses for Paul to ride and get him safely to Governor Felix. Then he wrote this letter to the governor. From Claudius Lysias to His Excellency, Governor Felix. Greetings. This man was seized by some Jews and they were about to kill him when I arrived with the troops. When I learned that he was a Roman citizen, I removed him to safety. Then I took him to their high council to try to learn the basis of the accusations against him. I soon discovered the charge was something regarding their religious law, certainly nothing worthy of imprisonment or death. But when I was informed of a plot to kill him, I immediately sent him on to you. I have told his accusers to bring their charges before you." So that night, as ordered, the soldiers took Paul as far as Antipatris? Why do I not ever remember seeing that word before? They returned to the fortress the next morning while the mounted troops took him on to Caesarea. When they arrived in Caesarea, they presented Paul and the letter to Governor Felix. He read it and then asked Paul what province he was from. "Cilicia," Paul answered. "I will hear your case myself when your accusers arrive," the governor told him. Then the governor ordered him kept in the prison at Herod's headquarters. So, oh, my nose itches. God will put people in your life to help you along your way or to prevent you from going a certain way. I mean, I don't know that he does it all the time. He might want us to learn a lesson along the way, and so might leave us to our own devices. I feel like that's me a lot. I guess I'm just too stupid to get it if he just tells me. I don't know. But anyway, y'all, stay in the Word. the more you read it, the closer you get to God. And I am just by reading these every morning and recording it and putting it out there and making comments, that's kind of like a studying sort of thing. I'm not really delving deep into it yet, but I've seen a difference in my own life, in my own attitude. And I know part of it is because I pray that God overcomes me every single day because I have an intolerance of people. But He does, and He has been blessing me greatly. And I feel like part of it's probably because I'm reading His Word every single day. And I'm questioning things, and I'm, trying to find answers in that. So anyway, stay in His Word, draw closer to God. He will draw closer to you and make a difference in you. There you go, Bible reading for today. Don't forget to click over here for Psalms and Proverbs. Just click that little box, and I will see you tomorrow. Have a great day. God bless you. I love you. Bye.